Have you ever wondered how to use branding in a way that actually reaches your target audience and make sure that everything that you do across all social media platforms is fully targeted, as well as understanding of what branding is? That's what we're going to talk about today on the Dev Room podcast. I'm your host, Ghost. Right before we start, let's hear from our sponsors.
If you like the Dev Room podcast, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is GhostszMusic, as well as like, subscribe, and comment to show your support. Thank you.
I'm not the greatest with branding. Let's get this perfectly fine, out of the way. I am not the be-all end-all of branding, but there are some stuff that I've actually learned through this process that I actually wanted to share with you guys. The first most effective thing when you want to set up branding is going to be your colors. And if you guys did not know, my colors are black, white, and purple. And I made sure that throughout all my social medias, throughout my thumbnails, even the stuff that I've set up, my website, all that stuff like that, I effectively use these colors, and I make sure that everything that I do tries to stay in form with those colors. While coming up with the concept for the colors, I actually decided that I wanted to do something different. And then one thing led to another, and then my whole brand came to be. And I made sure throughout my days of doing everything that I try to use those colors in particular. I even have my notebook over here that's actually written out all the stuff that I use on a daily basis and kind of write guidelines of how I actually want to structure stuff. So this kind of includes in that branding thing where you need things to look a specific way, so when people see it, they recognize and say, hey, that's that guy, or hey, that's this business, or in my example, this is GhostszMusic. I want to make sure that the branding is effective in its messaging and the way that it reaches certain audiences, so they know if you see those things, you're either going to see me or it's my company. Another little branding tip, and I actually touched on it previously, and it's the effectiveness of the way that you convey your stuff. You want to have a consistent theme, and throughout my research, that was one of the main things that I kept picking up on. Your theme is important, and that's the colors, but I'm saying, like, the way that I do my thumbnails, where it's now it moved over, and it used to be a little black bar here, and it would have text, and it would show a whole bunch of stuff. But now I'm trying to move into using my face just like every other content creator, where I'm just like, and then it has some text on the side or something like that, and then that's the thumbnail. Or that's how I reach stuff, or that's just how I'm trying to build stuff, but keep it in a same in basically a consistent theme across stuff. And this is one of the things that most people as content creators, or even game developers, or whatever it is, they seem to get wrong, and that's that theming. It's the same thing when you're building a game, and let's say you're building something retro like my game World Defender, which I'll have on the screen now. You're building something like that, and then you throw in, like, instead of like 8-bit font, you throw in handwritten font. It does not work. It looks messy, and it just doesn't convey the same stuff. That's why usually when you have an art direction towards something, you kind of try to stay with that same theme, so everything looks unanimous. And I've gone through a bunch of this, even a World Defender. If you've noticed, my sprites are all 8-bit, but then the bullet, the way that I did it was that it was 8-bit, but then when you squash it down, it looked like it was 16-bit. I mean, it looked like 32-bit, and it just did not look nice. Now I'm trying to revamp that and do everything else, but I'll tell you guys more about that on the vlog, or the devlog series, on what I'm doing over there. And if you guys haven't, make sure to go to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and follow along with the devlog series of World Defender. But yes, theming at the end of the day is the most important thing towards your business, just for the fact that you want to have a consistent theme. You want to make sure that they understand going into this who you are, what your business is, and every time they see that, they associate it with you. And that boils down to the baseline of what you want in branding. Never deviate from the branding. Even if you're trying something new, you can try something new, but you have to make it consistent and see what the results are, because, you know, as a business, you always want to evolve. You can't stay stagnant, but you want to, like, even if you try something new, like I'm doing with thumbnails, you can still see that it kind of represents what my business is and what it is, because, you know, the color themes match. It still has that kind of old thumbnail kind of feel. Like, you understand that it's going to be me inside of a video talking to you guys, but the color theming matches perfectly. And I know that this is kind of convoluted the way that I'm saying it, but this is from my understanding of branding and the way that I try to use it within my social media presence and everything that just engulfs the Ghost Music brand. So with that one, I'd love to know what you guys actually think about it, about branding. How are you using it effectively? And let me know either in the comment section below, or if you're listening on any podcast platform, make sure to go to anchor.com/The Devroom Podcast, and you can actually leave me a voice message. And if your voice message is good enough, we'll actually put it in a future episode, and come back to it. Maybe I might do that once a month, depending on how many we actually get, and we can go over answering questions and making sure that either something is not lost within translation, or just hear from you guys. And with that one, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.